This year too, we have done just the same. We have with us Shri Sajjan Jindal, the Chairman and Managing Director of JSW Group, talking to us about the whole gamut of being an entrepreneur, right from success, how to face adversities, and so on. Well, without much ado, the spirit of steel, it's over to Mr. Sajjan Jindal.
Namaskar TiECON, Namaskar Hubli. Thank you for inviting me to deliver this address at this Hubli chapter of TiECON. I am happy that I could address this forum that celebrates the pride of Karnataka. Karnataka has been a birthplace of excellence, of leaders and organizations. And I especially have a very close relationship with Karnataka because I have gone to study here and I have lived in Bangalore and I have built my largest industry in Karnataka. So Karnataka has been, in a way, birthplace for our JSW story and also my second home. Today at this gathering, I want to share with you 10 learnings based on my entrepreneurial journey through the last few decades. Rule number 1 is aim high. So, I always believe that you have to set your goals into the stars, only then you will reach the moon. So, unless you set up big goals, you won't get inspired. So, therefore, you have to inspire yourself, and to inspire yourself, you have to set big goals. Aiming high and having big goals can be frightening, can sometimes give you sleepless nights. But if you start small, you can start setting the foundation for your big goals. So therefore, you have to think big, you have to plan big, you have to dream big. Even if you start small, but you must have a vision of a very large picture, large canvas, and therefore you must set up your big goals. So entrepreneurship is a long process and you can take your time patiently working towards your entrepreneurial goal. So my rule number 2 is do what you love, and this I really believe because people who follow their passion can do great things. Passion is everything. When you see a successful person, they make everything look so simple. They are doing it look so easy, but they make their job look easy because they love whatever they do. It's like you're playing a game of squash or football or cricket. Because you're enjoying it, because you're loving it, you put your best effort in doing that. So therefore you have to love whatever you do. So my rule number 3 is be patient. Rome was not built in one day. So it took years and years and centuries for things to happen. So therefore you have to be patient. Patience is not spoken of often in relations to entrepreneurship. But I think you will, when you are walking as an entrepreneur, you will fall, you will break your bones. But if you have patience and you have perseverance, you will be successful. So therefore, having patience is like having a superpower in you. So just by starting a new business, you do not become an entrepreneur. Starting the business is one of the easiest part of the entrepreneurial journey. Building and growing it into a sustainable, profitable organization is the hard part, and that requires patience and is also what determines true entrepreneurial success. Rule number 4, build value and not valuation. Today, the JSW Group is valued at about $20 billion. But this is not what I truly value. Its true value is the number of people we have provided employment, the communities we have impacted positively, and how we have, as a company, have contributed to the growth of this nation. It is important to work towards building your organization's image. What is important for me is that how the public perceives or my customer perceives my company is what is most important to me. Today, JSW is known as an organization that is honest, transparent, straightforward, efficient, aggressive, a world beater. So these are the value systems that I really value. I want my company to be known as a straightforward company, not a company which is running after money making. So that's what is I believe is the rule number 4. Rule number 5 is that you have to be confident. Whatever you do, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you will succeed. When I started my journey way back in 1994-95, my journey to build the integrated steel works, I was 100% sure, or maybe 200% sure that I will be successful. I will make a world-class organization. I will make a world-beating organization. And so therefore, that confidence in me is what attracted so many people with me. I could convince the bankers, I could convince the shareholders, I could convince the best talent in the country to work alongside me in building this world-class asset because of my confidence. I was very confident. So, and of course the age was with me. I was very young when I started to build this. So another thing which I want to say is that young age is a big positive. So at many times we feel that I'm too young, the chairman of this bank is very old, and how will I interact with him. So I think you have to think that age is a positive, the youth is a very big positive, and you have to have that confidence in you that your age will help you. So you have to put across your ideas no matter what you are dealing with. It is very important to be confident. So rule number 6 is lead from the front. Like an army general who must always lead the team from the front, especially when the team is in trouble, you have to, as a leader of the organization, as the man who is leading the whole enterprise, has to lead from the front, and especially when the organization is in difficulties. So that is, we must remember, a lazy leader builds a lazy team. So therefore, if you have energy, if you are energetic, then you will build a very productive and very energetic team. So it's very important that you lead from the front. Rule number 7 is work-life balance. For example, if I have to look back of my 25-30 years of my work life, I don't have any regrets. When I was growing up, when I was building my industry, I spent a lot of time with my family. My wife was always with me. My kids, they would travel with me, or I would spend a lot of time with them. I spent a lot of time on myself. Even today, I spent a lot of time on my fitness, on my sports, and I have involved my business and my sports together. They have both grown together, and I have really enjoyed that with me. So therefore, I have no regret. If somebody was to ask me that, do you have any regrets? I have absolutely no regret in my life, because I have kept my life, my work very balanced. So therefore, even if you ask my wife, she will never complain that I don't spend enough time at home. Weekends, I never take work home. Nobody calls me home for work. So therefore, unless I want to call, nobody calls me. And actually this happened during my college days. I was reading a book on, I think it was an autobiography of Rockefeller. And in that, the interviewer asked him, what do you regret in life now that you are in the final quadrant of your life? He said that, what I regret most is I never saw my children growing up. I think he had only one son, and he said, I didn't realize that one day when my son was already grown up, and that is when I realized that I missed that part of childhood of my kids. So therefore, life work balance is very, very, very important. Rule number 8 is never stop trying and always find an opportunity in crisis. So I always believe that there is always an opportunity. Whenever there is a crisis, I always believe that there is a opportunity. And I always tell my organization that whenever there is a crisis, don't worry, we will find some solution, and let us not worry about it, and let us find the opportunity that lies beneath these challenges. So obviously no one likes to fail, but trial and error is part of life for an entrepreneur. There is one thing these early years of building my business taught me, and it's a philosophy that I share with my whole team. that there is always opportunity in a crisis. Rule number 9, your customer is king. I always believe that it's the customers who have the last say, because if you have a happy customer, he is going to tell 5 or 10 more people that this is a great product, great company, great people, and automatically you will get 5 or 6 more customers. But if you don't deliver on time, if you don't fulfill your commitment, then obviously the customer will tell 5 people, and they will also, if they are your customers, even they will withdraw from your company. So therefore customer has to be right. You cannot question your customer, and we have a lot of customers in Hubli, and you can speak to them, and we always try to see that our customers are very happy, our dealers are very happy, because they are the people who are on the road. They are our real strength, and all across India in different products of our group, our dealer network, our customers are a happy lot, and that gives me a lot of satisfaction. Rule number 10, and this is the last rule, though of course there are so many other rules, but I have kept it to 10, is entrepreneurship is a lot of hard work. So every successful entrepreneur, as you see anywhere in the world, has worked their way to the top. Starting a business is harder than any other job in the world. This is what I believe. Maybe there are other jobs which are even tougher, but I believe that entrepreneurship is very tough. You have to eat, you have to sleep, and dream about the business, about the success of your organization, about the people of your organization. So therefore it is a 24/7 job. It is not that you work from 9 to 5 and then you go home, but even if you are playing a game of squash, after you finish, you start thinking, okay, what I'm going to do tomorrow. When you have finished eating, then you again start thinking, okay, what am I doing, how things are going. So therefore it's entrepreneur is a lot of hard work, but because you love the work, you enjoy it. So therefore these are my 10 rules. You have to believe in yourself, you have to conceive the whole thing, and thereafter you have to achieve. So these are the basic things. So friends, as you know that Karnataka is one of the best places in our country, and I have been extremely fortunate to have spent my college days in Karnataka, and thereafter, though I live in Mumbai, I came back to Karnataka to build this large enterprise which I built from scratch. And the government is very proactive. Not only this government, but successive governments since 95. I must have seen, I don't know, 10 chief ministers. Each one of them have been, one after the other, have been even better than the other. So this has been an amazing state with very, very quality people, hard-working people, peace-loving people. So it's an amazing state, and you all are very fortunate to be part of this state. Whether you belong to, whether you are a Kannadiga or you are coming from elsewhere and living in Karnataka, you are extremely lucky. It's a beautiful place. I call to my people, and I always tell my people that this is Bhagwan Ram's place, because he also came here and spent his time building his army and making strategies and making plans to how to attack Lanka, Ravan, and bring Sita back home. So therefore this is in the mythology, in the history, and in today is the most amazing state of our country. So keeping all these factors in mind, JSW is looking to encourage the local entrepreneurs to grow, and I'm very seriously working towards a strategy, and very soon you are going to hear that how we want to encourage the MSME, the medium and small sectors, to come and participate in the growth of this sector. And we are going to come out with small projects which all of you can build downstream activities of JSW Steel of Vijayanagar and build your own and expand your businesses. I want that the industry in Karnataka must blossom, and because there is a lot of opportunities, and JSW will play a catalyst role in doing that. We will provide, KIDB, along with KIDB will work towards providing you land, power, water, all these things, whatever is needed, and therefore you will hear in a couple of months We will be making a formal announcement on this idea, but I would also like to invite you to come and invest to cater to the downstream and value-added demand of steel. This will be needed in taking the industry to the next level in terms of value addition, job creation, and in uplifting the economy of the state. I wish you all the best for this interesting space that we are in, and I am confident that you will contribute enormously towards the development of this great state. Jai Hind, and thank you.